What's going on, guys? It's finally time to be able to restore my headlights. It's something I've been really wanting to do for a while now. I just finished up doing an essay and going to dinner and going to the gym and all that stuff, so I finally have the time. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I don't really care how quiet or loud I am. I just need to do it. It's super yellow, it looks terrible. It's just something that needs to be done. It's pretty simple, and some of you guys may need to do it too, so just follow along, and I guess we'll just go ahead and get started right now. Just before I get started, I want to show you guys the before. I've done this a couple years ago, and it was just like the one from AutoZone, the Meguiar's kit or something like that. They've gotten really yellow and foggy over the past, like, I don't know, 2 years, and it's pretty rough to the touch. Like, it's not good. Same thing on this side, there's no real difference here. It's pretty yellow, pretty hazy, so hopefully we can get that all nice and cleared up. So one of the first things you have to do is you need to go ahead and tape off and mask everything around here, because the sandpaper might scuff it and you don't want to scratch your paint. That'd be terrible. If you go ahead and lift up your hood, then you automatically basically masked off this area. It just saves you time. So I'll go ahead and mask off these two sides, and then I can get started with the sandpaper and all that.
Tell me what's the problem? How come you can't get no money? Tell me what's the issue? How come you can't get no bitches? Hey, bitches wanna hop in when they see what I'm whipping. Pulled up in that skirt, hopped out with Mr. Chicken. Hey, I just got the pack, I read up, now I'm in business. Bitch keep trying to peek in my phone, girl, my own business.
Okay, so I just finished up taping. So first I'm gonna grab some isopropyl alcohol, and that way we can just wipe it down, get any of that stuff that's been on the road off of the headlights, and then that way we can begin sanding. So this was a failure on my part. I totally didn't even think about this when I bought the sandpaper, is I didn't even get a sanding block. Actually, like taking a sponge, like basically clay bar, and I'm just gonna like wrap it around and then do something kind of like this and then wet sand it. So we'll see how that works, but I should have gotten a freaking like sanding block, because that would have made life super easy. But I'm gonna start off with 400 grit, then I'll go to 600 grit, and then we'll move on to 1200 grit, and then this one will be kind of the finish, and then I can go ahead, use my dual action polisher and get this thing out to a nice good shine. Okay, so I just finished up with the 3 different sandpapers, and there's like a weird film. I don't know if it's on the top layer or if it's underneath, like on the back side, but it's got like this weird haze, but it definitely looks whiter and cleaner. I'll just go ahead and give it a polish and see how it turns out, but I don't have too high of hopes for this. I mean, it's probably fucked. We'll see.
I made some collard greens off the lab. My weed loud. You want that shit the fuck out. Foothold on this game, man. I ain't gon' never let out. I'm a leprechaun, looking for me, go.
Alright, so I'm gonna put on the black pad, Hex Logic, Chemical Guys, I think. Then I'm gonna do HD polish. I had actually while I'm shaking this up, I just want to talk to you guys, but I had actually no idea this was gonna turn out this good. Like I was just kind of winging it and just decided to give this a shot. But this is actually turning out like usable, so who knows? Maybe I'm a professional.
Don't be no fool, keep a tool, watch your rich ass. Cause a trifling ass bitch will put your pockets in a ditch. In bands we trust, we don't never trust a bitch. Hoes.
Okay, so I just finished wiping these down with isopropyl alcohol, and I'm honestly really surprised with how it turned out. I didn't have high expectations going into this. I mean, they have 140,000 miles on them. They've seen some miles. I mean, they're definitely showing their age. I figured I'd give it a shot. It's better than buying, right away, just spending 150 bucks on some new headlights. This may have bought me a little bit of time before I had to do that, but I know eventually I'll have to do that. Go ahead and check it out. Here's the difference, and I'm pretty happy with it. It literally took me like 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it to the other side, but I'll just give it a little side by side real quick. So this one is the before. It's pretty cloudy. It's yellow. I don't know, the yellow doesn't really get picked up too well on the camera. It's almost like a greenish yellow. Definitely not as nice as this side. This side is the new one. Way better, just way clearer. I mean, there's still some deep pitting and like sandy looking stuff. That's just because of the age of the headlight. I mean, the 2005, so it's what, 12 years old and 140,000 miles. Obviously the original headlights are not gonna be perfect. This came pretty close. I just used a couple different pads, some sandpaper and water and isopropyl alcohol, and worked out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it to that side and then be able to show both of them done. Okay, so I just finished up and cleaned up a little bit. I put on some Colonite 845. It's an insulator wax. I put that on as a protectant so that way it kind of deters it from happening again. I think I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. It was under an hour of work, and I mean, all the supplies, I mean, some of the stuff I already had, but it was pretty cheap. If you have a polisher, if you have polishing stuff, if you have wax, and sandpaper is pretty cheap, so you can definitely do this, and I'm pretty excited with how it turned out. This is definitely not a fix and a guaranteed fix that is basically back to OEM. I mean, this is just gonna kind of buy me some time until I go ahead and buy new headlights, which is just something I'm definitely gonna have to do at some point. Overall, like I said, I'm happy. It turned out great. You know, it's something simple, and I was kind of bored at night, so this was a good little project. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps it up. This was a really short video. I mean, I was just kind of messing around in the garage and then decided to do something with my headlights. Go ahead and give this video a like and also subscribe if you like the content. I have more videos to come with my friends, you know, messing around in the garage, doing stuff to our cars, and anything else that we kind of get into. So there's definitely going to be more content coming. I'll see you guys in the next video.